everyone, it is Bart here, and today I would like to talk a bit about Chiron transit in Aries. So, in the middle of February, we started the transit of Chiron in the sign of Aries. It's a very long transit because it will take us about 7 years to finish. And also, Chiron transit in Pisces is also about 7 years long. What does it mean? So, basically, when any object, any planetary or any, like a sky object, is transiting sign of Aries, it means that it's starting something new. It means that there is a new cycle that just, emerges from the ashes of Pisces, because Pisces is a completion of the whole entire evolutionary cycle, the cycle of energy. Now we are able to basically to see ourselves once again. We have opportunity to look at our own spark, our own evolutionary spark once again. What we can expect from the transit and what opportunity is given to us. Basically, we are able to heal who we are, our core, our engine of who we are, our, it's when we look at Aries, at the archetype of Aries, it's a archetype of self-discovery, archetype of discovering of who we are as individuals. So it is very important, and there is emphasis on individual, because you are responsible for your own life. You have your first house, you have your Mars, and you have the sign of Aries in your chart. All these three things, they mean and they are responsible for kind of the present moment you find yourself in, where you breathe, where you actually experience life. So this is self-discovery. This is the present moment. This is your breath. This is your breathing in. This is your, the meditation you can do whenever you want, basically. This is the start of the zodiac. This is the energy of, creative energy going out of the source. The spark just emerging and going out to discover something new. So when we have transit of Chiron now through Aries, we are able to to heal the things that we are always embarrassed by, and for example some things that we are ashamed of, some things that we never felt good enough with, and things that basically that they're always a weight for us. So whatever was seen by you as a weight, whatever was preventing you from experience, from living your full life, this will show up in the next 7 years. These issues, they can come up because we are here and Chiron is there to basically to objectify your wound, to basically, instead of focusing on the wound, instead of focusing on your scar, on your blister that is always there and prevents you, from walking your path, from experiencing life. We are there to see this. We are now, given opportunity to basically go out of the perspective of this, like a wound, one core wound, to see it bigger, to see the bigger picture, to see how can we use the awareness of our own individual wounds to heal others. How can we speak about, the way we see our wound, and maybe the way we healed our wound, to help others to do the same. So basically this is a moment that, it's a long moment because it's a 7 years old transit. So we are now given an opportunity to be, responsible for who we are, and we cannot change who we are. So whoever disagree with your own sense of being, whoever disagree with who you are, who you want to be, or with how you feel right now, these people probably they will have to go away. You will have to give up on these people because they are preventing you from something that you cannot change about yourself, and there shouldn't be even intention to change something if it feels authentic, like with yourself. If you feel authentic with who you are, and if you feel that your decisions, your past decisions were something that you would repeat and you would do the same thing, you have no reason to apologize for who you are. This is how you take responsibility for your own life. So we all have past, we all are here to basically experience the present moment, but the present moment is it's conditioned by our past. So we cannot change past. We have to acknowledge past, and we have to embrace it for what it is. We all made mistakes. We could change things, but maybe life has its own kind of agenda for who you are, and its own plan for your life. So why not to just embrace it, and why not to just be proud of who you are, and be proud of what path you have chosen, because your ascendant is something that is rising. Your Mars is your instinctual desire, and Aries, it's your own, it's like self-discovery. It's your own sense of destiny, sense of living your truth, and living fully, fully raw, and being very raw. It's basically your root, who you are when you express yourself. This is all represented by Aries. So now when Chiron comes, there probably many issues can come up to the surface, and basically we will be faced with pain, but also we will be faced with opportunity to teach yourself something new, because this is a new cycle. This is what gives us the hope for better things, and what renew yourself. So we are now able to reinvent yourself once again on your own terms and conditions. 7 years long transit, it is related also to Saturn, because each 7 years Saturn is making a difficult aspect to the natal Saturn, to your own natal Saturn. So each 7 years there is a significant change in the way you perceive reality around you. Also your body feels different every 7 years, so basically your body is renewing the cells. So basically each 7 years all the cells in your body, they are once again remade, so each 7 years old you are given with the new set of your body cells, which basically makes you a completely new human being. So this is an opportunity now when we have Chiron in Aries, this 7 years old transit, to totally renew the core of yourself, to renew the core of who you are, your sense of being, your sense of your own destiny. Because when we have Chiron transiting Aries, then this gives us a ability to to prepare the vessel of your own identity to renew itself. So you can prepare to prepare the vessel for who you are becoming. So basically you are able to clean all the unnecessary things that prevented you from living your life fully. So it will come also from the past. I mean, the issues from the past will come to the surface right now, because this is the the quality, how do we live. This is a quality of our experience, Aries. So whenever you have someone in your environment who is basically dragging you down, because this person cannot understand who you are, and is preventing you from living your life fully, these people, they will have to probably accept who you are. And now you have the ability to be strong and be firm and sure about who you are, so you can create If you basically take this path and you embrace who you are, then you are able to create a vessel for the change. So you basically prepare like a landing, you know, for evolution to come to you, because you know then the vessel for change is ready, and the vessel for change is basically it's not stopped by anything. So you know who you are, you actually embrace who you are, you know that your past is your past basically, so you cannot change it right now, you can only embrace it and see it for what it is. But okay, let's move on. Now there is a time to heal, there is a time to see that whenever, you know, past issues come up to the surface, you see them and they are there. You don't deny them, you don't ignore them, they are there. But so what? They are there, so let them exist and let's just move on. That's the lesson of the Chiron in Aries. So how do I understand it? This is how do I understand it. And Chiron is very nice archetype because it gives you a key to your own individualization. So if you look at the symbol of Chiron, it is also represented by a key. So the reason for that is that because the orbit of Chiron is between Saturn and Uranus, and Saturn means conformity. It's something that everyone has to conform to. But from the other side, Uranus, it means individualization. So what you make to make you stand out, you know, what do you make, how do you live to in your, you know, how do you follow your own vision of your own life that isn't described by anyone, that isn't described by society, by education, by, you know, politics or religion. This is your own way and you don't want to conform to the rules of the Saturn. So when Chiron is transiting between these two, it means that it is often what prevents you from being an individual that you always wanted to be, because Chiron, it's a wound, and when we look at the wound and we see only wound, then we don't see the whole picture, then we cannot move forward, then we are focused on the problem but not on the solution. That's the lesson of Chiron. So what to do to be fully able to individualize yourself? First, we need to just objectively see where is our scar, where is our wound, why do we still dwell in our wound, why are we focused on the wound instead of solution? That's, you know, the key to the Chiron and understanding this archetype. That's the key to all the transpersonal planets, because Saturn is visible with your naked eye. It still belongs to, I would call it reality. It still belongs to the, you know, structure that we share with all together. But it takes a courage and it takes a first step, you know, and being able to face the unknown, to be an individual. You have to live your life on your own terms. You have to live your own life however you want. So, you know, it takes an authority also, your inner authority, to be able to follow this path. So you just have to see where actually you are compensating your life because of someone, because of something, because of anything. So when you see where this compensation happened, then you are able to accept it, to see it, and just proceed to the future, to proceed to something new, to proceed to the life you always wanted to live. That's the key of the Chiron, to just see objectively your wounds, to accept it, accept your past, accept that you fucked up sometimes, accept that, you know, that it already happened, it has happened, so just, you know, life goes on, you know, the seasons are coming after season, you know, day comes after night, always, there is always, you know, sun coming out, you know, after rain. So this is an order of the things, an order of natural law that we are here, you know, living with. So basically, these 7 years, nice transit, a long transit, probably many masculinity, toxic masculinity problems will come up. Just to tell you, I don't believe that there is something like toxic masculinity. There is no such a thing like toxic masculinity. There is no such a thing like toxic feminine or anything like that, because it is what it is. Toxic masculinity is only when, you know, when it is only perceived by people that are not able to take masculinity. So in other words, it is only called toxic because of the people that are unable to take it. That's why it's called toxic, but it doesn't make it toxic. It is just masculinity. So probably these issues and probably these topics will come up in the next 7 years, and all the gender inequality and all the gender problems and gender fights will also come up. So just observe it, because this is really interesting. So Chiron transit Aries, wow, that's huge. So I just wish you, you know, to be who you are, to be authentic to yourself, to be smart and honest, and just ask yourself, is this me, or is it what I'm trying to be, or do I live a life, you know, that somebody tried to, you know, show me? Do I live life of someone else? Do I live a life of you know, that is there in the media, that it's considered as successful? Is it, you know, my life? Is it what I really want, or is it what actually is normal? Is it normal, my life? Is it normal for you? Is it something that you try to fake? These questions, you know, they emerge, and it's good to ask yourself and be just, you know, honest. Be honest to the bone, because you need to take responsibility for your own life. There's no one else who actually will take care of your own needs, of your own life, of what you want to do. There's no such a person, and you cannot also give your responsibility for your own life, for what you want to do, in somebody's hands. You know, nobody can make you happy. First you need to make yourself happy, and I wish you to be happy, and just take the 7 years to make the best out of it. Just focus on yourself, just, you know, dwell your wounds as much as you can, to just get deep to the core from where it comes from. And if you already see where it comes from, just, you know, embrace it and accept it, and just forgive yourself, because you cannot change it. Because if you look at evolutionary astrology, there are so many things that I got bitten by an ant. If you look at the astrology, evolutionary astrology, there are so many things that actually come from the past conditioning, and they come from the, you know, past incarnations that probably you were responsible of, but now, you know, the angels, they just made you forget everything, and you start everything once again. So if you see your wound, if you were compensating of who you are, just see it for what it is, you know, and then you will be able to proceed in a much healthier way. You will be able to live fully together with your victories, together with your losses, you know, because it all, you know, builds you as you are right now. So I wish you luck. Take care.